guys, we're going to talk a little bit more about manifesting from what Neville calls the old man versus your God state. Okay, this is so important, and this may be why for those of you who have been struggling to manifest whatever it is you're wanting to manifest and or maintaining that manifestation once it comes in, this is the culprit. Okay, this is it. Okay, so first let's talk about what Neville coined, or actually it was the Bible really, but the Neville community will understand it in terms of the old man. Let's talk about what the old man programming really is. Okay, you can think of it as your wounded ego, your wounded inner child. It's the part of you that still believes in limitations. It's limited. Now, a lot of the times this programming is subconscious, so you can have an intellectual understanding that you are creating and that you are the creator of your 3D reality and all this great stuff, but then there's a subconscious part of you that is still very much tied to your human identity. Okay, in other words, not your divine self. What a lot of people are not understanding is that in the same way that God creator has desires and wants to experience, like that's why we came here, right? That's why we came to earth and created a 3D reality, is so that we can have experiences. Okay, all kinds of experiences, including challenging ones. It's going to be very difficult to really thoroughly appreciate all the sweet moments when you haven't tasted the sour. However, I fully understand that a lot of us have just been like, I'm done with the sour moments. Can we get to the sweet and savory, please? In the same way that your God self, right, has its own, wants to have experience. And maybe you've come to that point finally where you're like, okay, I'm ready to experience the good stuff. And what you're not understanding is your old man. The old man programming also has its own desires, okay? And neither one are wrong. The why is different though, okay? Why your God self wants to experience something is going to be different than why the old man programming is going to want to experience something. And it's the why that matters, okay? And this is how you're going to know whether or not your desire to manifest something is coming from your God self or the wounded ego. And you guys, if it's coming from the wounded ego or the old man, you're not gonna get it. Okay? If it's coming from the God place, you're gonna get it. All right? So this is very important to understand. Now, there's a video on my YouTube channel. It might be a couple of months old. It's called How to Stop Manifesting Separation Between You and Your Manifestation. I'll link it in the description box below if you're on YouTube. If you're on TikTok viewing this video, I might put it in the comments. Y'all, I'm Gen X, okay? I will link it in the comments. I don't know if you can actually click on it. If not, just go to YouTube. It's in the bio. Anyway, talking about why. So, if you are trying to manifest, let's say an SP, and the desire for wanting to manifest that SP is coming from the old man, this is why you are struggling to manifest an SP and or struggling to manifest the version of your SP that you are wanting to experience, is because you are trying to create and manifest a version of your SP and a relationship from the very space that created the toxic version of them. Let me say it again, all right? If you are trying to manifest a healthier version of your SP and a healthy relationship with them from the same space that you manifested the toxic version of them, is not going to happen. All right, so let's go back and talk about where we're manifesting from and what we're manifesting. So feeling is the secret, right? And we're manifesting what we're feeling 24/7. Okay, that's the secret. We're manifesting what we're feeling 24/7. If you're new to my channel, a feeling state is the way that I define it, and I got that definition specifically from Dr. Joe Dispenza. A feeling state, okay, is a thought that is charged by an emotion. So it's both thought-based energy and emotional-based energy, okay? And thought-based energy is not the same as an emotional-based energy. They're both different, okay? If you try to approach and handle an emotion or emotional energy in the same way that you do thought-based energy, it's not going to work. But I don't have time to go into that right here, right now, okay? Go look at that. Go watch that video that I mentioned earlier. So we're manifesting what we're feeling 24/7. So when we are manifesting from the space of the old man and the desires of the old man and the whys of, the reasons why the old man programming wants to have a certain kind of experience, it's always going to be tied into limitation, lack, okay? In other words, and I'm just going to mention the 4 wants and needs of the old man, or the 4 wants and needs of the ego. We got a need for significance, a need for love and connection, a need for variety, and then a need for security, control, stuff like that, okay? And so all of the desires that are born from the old man programming can always lead back to one, or could even be all, of those 4 wants and or needs of the old man, or of the wounded ego, or the wounded inner child, or whatever, okay? So all of those are feelings, right? If you are wanting an SP because without the SP you're not feeling good enough, okay? You are starting off with a feeling state already of not feeling good enough. This is why you're not manifesting. That's the space you're manifesting from. You're manifesting from the space of not feeling good enough, which is exactly why you are manifesting an SP that is showing up in a way that leaves you feeling not good enough. I hope this is making sense. Now, I want to reiterate something, that I'm not saying you can't have your SP, or that you shouldn't focus on manifesting in a certain specific person. However, you want to make sure that the space you're wanting to manifest from, or the reason why you're wanting them, is coming from the God space and not the wounded ego. All right. So how do you do that? Again, go to my channel on YouTube. There is also a video called Releasing the Wants, which goes in there and heals that old man programming. Okay. It heals the wounded ego and the wounded inner child, so that you're no longer wanting from a space of lack, okay? You're no longer wanting to feel good enough because you already feel good enough all the time, okay? You're no longer needing validation because you're already feeling validated all the time, all right? I know that's making sense. We're going to sign off here. I'll see you again soon.